I'm the kind of coworker everyone hates. I'm the coworker that steals from the fridge. I know it's rude and selfish, but everyone else's things just taste so much better than my bag lunches. Plus, I have to admit it's pretty funny at how upset my colleagues get when they notice things missing. They yell, "For Christ's sakes, it was labeled!" And "What kind of monster would do this?" It got to be such a huge ordeal that the office set out on a witch hunt for the culprit. The longtime janitor was fired and blamed for throwing things out. I stopped stealing for a while and things went back to normal. But I couldn't help peeking in the fridge and seeing all those treats staring me down. The temptation was too much, and I grabbed a container belonging to the new girl, Tracy Myers. As I chowed down, one of my coworkers walked in on me, caught me red-handed with Tracy's Tupperware. Instead of calling me out or making a scene, he just left the room without a word. I suppose he knew that no one would believe him. I finished eating right as my pager went off, so I methodically washed my hands and straightened my tie before heading back into the operating room. My newest patient, Tracy, was prepped for me to perform her heart transplant. The only problem was that someone had stolen it from the fridge. I don't remember exactly when the hallucinations began, but I do remember the first time I was in a ball on the floor crying my eyes out because of all the flames and screams, which apparently only I could see. My dad found me. I don't know how I would have pulled through if he hadn't been there telling me it would all be okay, that I was going to be fine, that everything would be fine. Afterwards, he kept bugging me about seeing a doctor or a psychiatrist or a priest or anyone who could help me with the horrible images in my mind. At first, I wasn't very keen on the idea. I didn't like the hallucinations, but I didn't like being told I was sick either. I didn't feel sick at all. But as the hallucinations got increasingly worse, and my dad kept reassuring me I was just reliving some childhood trauma, and any person with a PhD would be able to fix me right up, I finally went and had a talk with my doctor. He told me it was post-traumatic stress syndrome, that I was experiencing it due to the horrible car crash my parents died in when I was a kid. He gave me some medicine and the hallucinations went away. And so did my dad. Mother always warned me not to cross the street. Mother warned me about those types of things. She said bad men would kidnap me, take me away. I guess she was right in a way. I crossed one day because I was never a good child, and several men came out and picked me up and asked me many questions. I don't know why she never wanted me to cross the street. All the men wore blue and had badges. I don't know why they put silver bracelets on Mother. I don't know why Mother attempted to bite one of them. I don't know a lot of things, I suppose. And years later, I'll never know why she made me call her Mother. When we were kids and she fell, scraping her knee, she would just giggle. "I'ma get a Band-Aid, a pink one," she said. When her first long-term boyfriend dumped her, she laughed and offered me her arm as we made our way home. "Guess this means we're the hottest single chicks in school again," she whispered gleefully into my ear, making me laugh too. When she had to go to the doctor for additional checkups, she was excited. "Maybe I have something totally unknown and they'll name it after me. How cool will that be?" The leukemia was hard on her, but she never complained, even though she was in pain. Sometimes I would cry upon seeing her all wired up, but she would always crack a joke to make me feel better. Even at the very end, when we could do nothing but cry, she still managed a small smile, stroking my cheek with her weak hand. "Don't worry," she said softly. "We will meet in heaven. I know it." I'm not a particularly religious person, but my sister made me believe in heaven. Which is making this so much harder. You see, I've begun hearing my sister at night. She's sobbing, quietly at first, and then she lets out this lengthy, heart-wrenching wail. A sound of that kind someone might make falling off a cliff, or being dragged into the woods by some horror, devoid of all hope. I want to believe in heaven. I really do. But if heaven is real, somehow my sister didn't make it.